Hello and welcome to this premium analysis report on XAUUSD Gold. Thanks for ordering this report. Before we proceed any further, please go through the terms and conditions and disclaimer. Please understand that this is just for analysis and education only, and you are free to use it if you want in your trading as per you like, but you assume all the risks involved. So let's start with higher time frame as usual. So we will start with 12-month time frame, which is yearly time frame, and we will start looking at this particular section here. Now in this section we can clearly see that gold is bullish, and it has been bullish for quite a while. Historically, gold has always been bullish. The market has gone up, then fell down for a correction, went up, fell down for a correction, went up, and then it is kind of struggling at the moment here on yearly time frame. So historically it has always been bullish. So if you are an investor, then you should be focusing on this particular trend. Anything which is happening right now or anything which happens on smaller time frame, that is just a very small blip on this bullish trend which has been going on for decades. Okay, if I go to the 6 months time frame, because we finished July and I produced a report at the end of July, so you should refer to that. But let's go through the 6 months time frame anyway. So on 6 months time frame, what we can see is this section. Let me just point it out. So in this particular section, the market created, let me take a different color. So the market, right, so what has happened, the market created this impulse move, followed by the market created all-time high. Then there were three triple top sort of thing. There was a triple top bottom, triple bottom sort of thing here as well. And since then, the market has been consolidating. The market broke through this range, but immediately recovered and started to go up and created this triple top. So what we do is actually trade what we see. So main thing is that we should focus only on this particular section, because this is where we're going to find our trade opportunities. So if we just focus only on these candlestick patterns, then you will notice that we had one bullish, one bearish, one bullish, one bearish, and this was a very strong rejection candle. However, the market created a bullish strong rejection candle as well. So there was a period of indecision in there, and then market started to go up. This was a bullish move, but you will notice that this pattern of one bearish alternate pattern of bearish and bullish candle, that was broken here. Now, when this thing happens, the next candle, this candle is supposed to be bearish. So in the next months, which is basically towards the end of this year, this is very much a possibility that this candle is going to turn into a bearish candle. It can be very small bearish candle, it can be large bearish candle, but there's a possibility that it will turn into a bearish candle, which means that on 6 months time frame in the coming months, it can turn into, the market can fall. Now, I'm not saying that it can fall starting from tomorrow. It can still go up, and then towards the end of the year, it can start to fall down. So this can turn into bearish candle at any moment in time. It can start right now. It can start next month, next week, or towards the end of December. But it is quite possibility that these 6 months are going to end as bearish candle. So right now we have two scenarios in terms of WNM patterns. So if I just focus on this particular section, there are two possible scenarios. One is that gold can create a W pattern like this. Okay, it can take it back to 2000 or maybe 2020 or something like that. So that is a possibility. Okay, so that's one scenario. Then after that we have next scenario as this one, where gold can form an M pattern like this. Okay, these are the two scenarios that we can look for in the coming weeks, because we are looking at weekly time frame. It can take weeks to actually do this. So it depends on how actually gold plays out next week or week after. Okay, another thing that I will do now is actually show you the VATA and Visage analysis, and that should also give you some ideas where the market could be going. Okay, let's look at the VATA and Visage analysis on XAU USD. So let's start with monthly time frame. Now on monthly time frame, let me just take a pointer here. Okay, this particular target was nearly reached on monthly time frame, and since that the market has been falling. This new month, the market has started to fall down, and the reason behind that is very simple. There was a previous bearish momentum, two candles down, one candle up. So this month it is trying to go bearish, and as I said previously, this month is going to be very very important because this is going to set tone for the bullish or bearish momentum which is going to come in future. So we need to be very careful next week and the week after for the price action, because if the price action breaks through some of the important levels on the bull side, then it is going to continue, and it may target previous highs, triple top, and 2020 levels. Okay, if it continues to fall, then it can form that bigger M pattern which I was talking about. So next week and week after, it's going to be very very important, and this whole month is actually kind of important as well. So that is what we have on the weekly, sorry, on monthly. Then we go to the weekly time frame. Now, as I mentioned in the previous sections of this analysis, this weekly time frame, let me actually point out few things here. One is that this is turning right, this is looking like it is bottoming right from the bottom, which means that it can actually try to go bullish. So far the color has not changed to blue, which means that this is still not bullish on the weekly time frame. So far this is still bearish. We already have an open target available here, right, and because of the previous signal. Now it remains to be seen whether it actually reaches there or not. And remember, and this signal, this target is, let me point out, this is nearly around 2015 level, and this actually conforms to our analysis of 2020 if it forms like that W pattern that we were talking about. Let me remind you of that W pattern, how it actually looks. So if the market turns bullish, then we will have a W pattern like this, taking it all the way to 2015 2020 level, and this is how it will play out. For now, that is one of the possibilities, as I mentioned before, and the next possibility after that is to the downside. Okay, so this is the next scenario that we can look for. If the market falls down, then we have this scenario where the market may try to go and fall down to this particular target. Like this target is still available here. Okay, and this target is also below this gap. This green rectangle is shown by gap, right? This is a gap which has been identified by VATA and Visage. Okay, there is another way of looking at it is something like sometimes this sort of like WNM patterns form is like this. The market may try to go up, it has already been going up, then it can go back up and then fall down to create this M pattern. But this is kind of rare, but this is still a possibility, and this is on weekly time frame. It can take weeks, so it conforms to the analysis that I presented before. Now what has happened last week is this: the market actually, sorry, market fell down to close this gap here which was there, and it also reached the daily time frame target. This is the same target that I've shared in the public telegram channel. The signal of this was here. This was a very good move all the way down to this, and as soon as the market closed this gap and also touched this, it started to rise up. So news was just one of the factors, but the main thing is that it reached the target and it has been rising up. Now look at the conditions on daily. Why I was saying that my personal bias is towards the downside is because of very simple reason. The daily has crossed the middle line here on what envisage trend, and it is red. Red means bearish, and these two are also red. The water curve and water wave are also red, and we can also see that water wave is trying to cross below the water curve. Let me actually zoom, and you can see that water wave has crossed below the water curve, which shows that market is still bearish and it can continue to fall down. Okay, but as I said, it can slightly go up on the weak start and then may fall down, but my bias is towards the downside because of the same reason.